Welcome back to my channel. I have been meaning to do this video for a while now, but I did take a break from YouTube for a bit, so I'm doing it now. Rylan was born 8 months ago, so you're probably wondering, well, how does she remember everything that she brought or what she wished she brought? But trust me, I remember this day literally like it was yesterday, so it is all still fresh in my mind. If you haven't already, please watch my what's in my hospital bag video that I posted, because I did use a majority of what I brought. The only things that I didn't really use was a lot of the toiletries and some clothing. So please do watch that first, as I think it will be helpful when watching this to figure out what I actually did use. So I wanted to start off by saying that these are just ideas to help you if you want to, narrow it down so you don't pack too much, or maybe you just are worried that you'll forget something. But please keep in mind that there is no right or wrong way of packing your hospital bag. You're literally birthing a human being. So if there's something from home that is going to make you comfortable in the hospital, bring it. Don't worry about people thinking, oh, she packed way too much, or why does she need a curling iron or straightening iron or whatever it is. If that's what you need to make yourself feel like a normal human being after going through labor and delivery, then do it. Do whatever makes you comfortable. There is no right or wrong. So this video is just saying what I personally used, and to be honest, it's very minimal, I think, in my opinion. So if there's, extra stuff that you bring, don't worry about it. Who cares what people think? It is your experience, so you do what you need to do. So keep in mind that I had a vaginal delivery, so recovery would have been different than, say, a C-section. And I also labored mostly at home. So the things that I used at home for laboring, I didn't have to bring with me to the hospital, which was the birthing ball, and I labored in the bathtub. So maybe if you are planning on laboring at the hospital, maybe you want to bring a bathing suit. I'm not too sure. So I'm going to break this, I don't know why I keep clapping, but I'm going to break this down into what I used at the hospital, what my husband used, what we used for the baby Rylan, what the hospital provided with us, and what I wish I had brought with us. So I do have my list on my phone, just so that I don't forget anything. I'm not going to mention the little things like hair elastics and little things like that, like chargers. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm just going to tell you the essential things that I would 100% pack for baby number 2 whenever that time comes. For me, I honestly didn't even need my hospital bag until after I got the epidural and was able to basically take a break from laboring. I labored for 2 days, so I didn't need anything from my bag until I got the epidural. We just kept it in the car, and then once we were settled, then my husband went and got it. And I didn't even use anything until right before I started pushing. I decided to just kind of refreshen myself up a little bit. I did concealer, lip chap, and I think maybe some powder, and that is totally not necessary. You don't have to do your makeup before you start pushing. I only did it because I felt like a zombie. I felt like crap. I just wanted to feel somewhat normal before I introduced my baby into this world. I literally felt like death leading up to delivery. So I chose to freshen myself up. You don't have to do that. It's so not necessary. But for me, again, that was my personal preference. So I did use some of my makeup and a little portable mirror that I got from the dollar store. For a majority stay at the hospital, I only wore the hospital gown. So a lot of the clothes that I brought, I did not need. Right when I was admitted, I went into my hospital gown, and I basically stayed in that all the way until we left. And the reason for that is that it was just easier for me to have the nurses and doctors check me. It was easier for when I went to the washroom and had to deal with all the changing of the pads and everything. It was easier to nurse her. I was just more comfortable in the hospital gown versus clothing. Like, things are, your stomach's all loose and gross, you're bleeding, like it's not a pretty situation, at least in my experience. So I was totally fine wearing the hospital gown, and I did not need to bring a lot of the clothes that I brought. I even brought pajamas that I did not wear. All I wore was my sleeping nursing bra, which is just like the cotton kind that flips over, no clasps or anything. And then I used my robe. A robe was definitely a staple item. I used it for walking down the hall to do her blood work with some flip-flops. So really just the nursing bra, my robe, the hospital gown that's provided, and flip-flops. That's really all I wore until we went home. And as far as toiletries, I did shower after I gave birth. I say shower because it was more of a rinse. The nurse helped me, and basically I just took the handheld shower nozzle and rinsed myself with body wash. I did not have the energy to actually give myself a full shower. I don't even like washing my hair when on a normal day, so after I gave birth, I just used body wash, rinsed. I washed my face at the sink just because the handheld nozzle is kind of hard, and used my face lotion, and I went straight back to bed. I did not want to deal with my hair. I think if we had to stay at the hospital longer than we did, then yes, of course I would have washed my hair, but I was not concerned about it for the 2 days that we were there. Obviously, I brushed my teeth, so I needed my toothbrush, my toothpaste, face wash, face lotion, my makeup, which again, I think I only did once. I didn't do it even on the way home. And also keep in mind with the makeup, I was filming my birth video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch. So, you know, I had that to keep in mind as well, even though I really didn't care what I looked like. It was more for my personal well-being, if you want to call it that. For my going home outfit, I wore my maternity cotton shorts and a maternity tank top. It was summertime, so that's all I wanted to wear. It was loose, it was practical. I didn't care what I looked like. I just wanted something comfortable to make it home. I was so sore after giving birth, so that was the perfect outfit for me. Again, if you want to have like a cuter outfit, go for it, but I didn't have many visitors. I didn't really care, so that's what I wore. For my husband, he changed into sweatpants, another t-shirt, underwear. He used a pillow from home. He used a blanket from home. And he also ate the snacks that I brought, which was like granola bars, I think protein bars. I brought some, I think we brought vitamin water, I can't remember. And then he also used vending machine money at our hospital because we gave birth on a weekend and for some reason everything was closed in the hospital, like all the food places. So he did use the vending machine money that I brought, which I'm happy I did. And he did have a shower there, so he used body wash and then face wash and his toothbrush and toothpaste. That was pretty much it. For our baby, Rylan, we used 2 outfits for her, 2 sleepers. Probably could have used a third one, but that's, you know, all we needed. She used one right when she was born, and then she had another one after her bath. And we used a newborn hat for in the hospital. It was the middle of the summer, so it was actually really hot outside, but of course we used the hat inside just to keep her head warm. We had the sleepers that had the pullover mittens, so if we didn't have sleepers like that, I would have used the scratch mittens that we brought, but I had no reason to because the sleepers were just fine. We used the muslin swaddle blanket. The nurses taught us how to use it, and she basically stayed in that the whole time when she wasn't eating and getting changed. And we also used flannel receding blankets for her burp cloths, and that was it for her. What the hospital provided was actually everything that I did pack, but I didn't have to use because they provided it for us. So if your hospital does not provide these things, I definitely recommend bringing them because we did use all of these. So the hospital provided us with newborn diapers. They were Huggies, which is what we were using at home, so that worked for us. They are newborn size, so I don't know if all hospitals carry size 1 diapers, but if you have a bigger baby, maybe bring a size 1 just in case. Or a couple of them. The hospital provided horrible baby wipes. They provided me with a nipple cream, which I used day 1, so I am happy that I had that, even though I did pack it. I used the one that they gave us. They provided me with Tux pads, which again I brought but didn't need to use since I used theirs. The pads, obviously, the mesh underwear, I think they gave me 3 or 4 pairs, or maybe I stole them. Not too sure, but they definitely provided those. They provided me with the Perry rinsing bottle to go to the washroom. I took that home. They provided lidocaine numbing gel to go in with the pads. And they also provided us with baby Vaseline, which we used on her. So all of those things I had packed actually, minus the lidocaine gel and Vaseline, and we used all of that. What I wish I brought, and this, you know, might be a personal preference, but these are things that I will for sure bring for whenever we have baby number 2, and that is a nursing pillow. So obviously you can nurse without a nursing pillow. You have pillows, you just make do. But now that I know what a nursing pillow can do, I wish I would have brought it to the hospital. I think I would have had a better learning experience having the nursing pillow there versus, you know, rearranging all the individual pillows on my bed. So I do wish I brought a nursing pillow. So next time I'm bringing one. And I also wish that we brought our own baby wipes, because the ones at the hospital are just those dry cloths that you have to wet with water. And that's fine. And I get that their skin is sensitive, but the tar that comes out of them, you have to use like 50 wipes to get that clean. So my poor husband was having to continuously run back and forth to the bathroom in the middle of a diaper change just to wet these baby wipes, and then they would be dry by the time he got back. So I do wish we would have just brought our sensitive baby wipes from home, just because they're a little bit more heavy duty, and I think they would have cleaned a little bit better. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that is something that I will be bringing next time. That is basically it. I think I used a minimal amount of stuff for me. I think everyone has different experiences. I was really weak and tired, and you know, we weren't doing hospital photos, so I didn't really care what I looked like. I just wanted to be comfortable. I just didn't care. So if, you know, you're the person that you just feel more comfortable doing your hair up. Oh, I think she's awake. She's just napping right now. Yeah, she's awake. I'm gonna wrap this up. If you're the type of person that, you know, has to bring their own pillow from home, you're just more comfortable, you know, you like to have your hair done when people come visit you, do it. Who cares? Like I said this at the beginning, no one should judge you or care about that sort of thing. Like if you want to bring 6 bags, go for it. I'm not saying that it'll make things easier, but if it makes you more comfortable, do whatever you need to do. I'm only doing this video just to, you know, help if you're doing research or whatever it is you're doing, but bring whatever makes you happy. So I hope this video is somewhat helpful. Again, if you haven't watched the other video, watch that, because I did use most of what I brought. So you might find, you know, something helpful. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.